بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Welcome back, my dear students, to find the last lesson here in Unit 4. Let's check what are we going to do in this lesson. So this is the last lesson in Unit 4. We are talking about pastime, favorite pastime or pastime activities. Today's lesson is going to be form, meaning, and function. But before we start with the lesson, do you remember the previous homework? You were asked to answer these questions, 5 questions about the text, Fahad and his friends. Now, let's read the text together so we can answer the questions together. Fahad goes to school Sunday through Thursday. He works out 3 days a week on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. He stays healthy all year. And he's not sick at all. He also hangs out with his friends after school and on weekends. They go to the mall every Thursday, and they usually eat lunch in the food court. He loves the pizza there. One time, he got Indian food, but he didn't like it. So now, he just eats pizza. He and his friends like to chat online a lot. But he has to do his homework before he can go online. Some of his friends send him a lot of messages, but his friend Qasim only sends him 1 or 2 messages a week. Qasim doesn't have a lot of free time to go online. Qasim goes to swimming practice every afternoon. Then he does his homework and goes to bed early. He can only go to the mall once or twice a month. But tomorrow, Qasim, Fahad, and their friends are going to hang out at the food court. They want to try the food at the new Indian restaurant. So, after reading this text, did you see some of the things that we take a look at in this unit? We have frequency of expressions, and we have gerunds. We have the unusual hobby. Actually, it's a nice hobby. Qasim goes to swimming practices every afternoon. That's his hobby. Now, let's try to answer these questions. The first question here, Fahad goes to school 5 times a week. Does he do that? What is the answer? Is it true or false? The answer is true. Now, let's check at the next one. Fahad works out twice a week. Does he work out twice a week? No, actually, it's false. He works out 3 times a week. Now, the next question, the next sentence. Fahad and his friends seldom eat lunch in the food court when they're at the mall. Do they rarely do that? No, actually, they often do that. Now, the next one, 4. Qasim often sends Fahad emails. Does he do that? No, he doesn't send Fahad emails. He sends him messages. Now, the last one here, Fahad never hangs out with Qasim. Is this true or false? It is false. He does hang out with his friend Qasim. Now, after taking a look at this homework, let's check what are we going to do in this lesson. So where are we in this map here? We are at the last part of Unit 4, which is form, meaning, and function. Now, by the end of this lesson, you will be able to what? Use gerunds and infinitives as nouns. Now, do you remember when we talked about gerunds earlier in this unit? So let's read these questions, these sentences here, and we are going to do something about it. Here we have, painting is a relaxing hobby. Now, painting is what? Here, painting, it's a gerund. It's paint plus ing, but here it's acting like as if it's a noun. Painting is a relaxing hobby. Do you remember one of the questions you were asked to circle if it's a subject here, and you underline it if it's an object? Now, let's take a look. So we circled here the word painting because here it's a gerund as a subject. Now, what about the next one here? It's a question. Do you like playing sports? Do you like playing sports? So here the word playing is what? Is an object. So we're asking about something here. What is it? Liking playing sports. So here the word playing, play plus ing, as if it's an object. Now, what are we going to do here? So we have gerunds here. We talked about it in this unit. As a subject or as a noun, like what? Like painting is a nice hobby. Here we have the word painting. Paint plus ing, but it's actually as if it's a subject, as a subject or a noun. Painting is a nice hobby. But how about the next one here? As an object. Like what? I like drawing. The word drawing here, it's a gerund as if it's an object. And with infinitives, like what? Like I like to cook. I like to play. Here in this example, I like to cook ethnic food. So infinitive, that means we have to have the word to with it. To cook, to play, to jump, to paint. Now, how about after verbs? Let's check in this lesson. So, how are we going to use gerund, or how can gerunds be after verbs? So, gerunds are the base form of the verb plus ing form of the verb. They act like nouns and answer the question, what? Let's take a look at the first example here. I recommend playing basketball as a hobby. So, let's put it in this question. What do you recommend? What do you recommend? So, what is the answer? Playing basketball as a hobby. So, here we have the gerund after the verb. I recommend. The verb here is recommend. Let's check the next question here, the next sentence. He enjoys skateboarding in the park. Skateboarding is a kind of hobby. It is a hobby or a pastime activity. So check here, we have he enjoys. Why do we have S here? Do you remember in Unit 3 when we talked about present simple? We are going to add S every time we see he, she, or it, right? He enjoys skateboarding. Skateboard, this is the verb plus ing in the park. So what do we call this? This is the gerund. Now, let's check here. We use gerunds after certain verbs and phrases. Like what? All of these are examples here. We can use the gerund after these words. After, can't stand, don't like it, that means feel, like, love, spend time, dislike, hate, prefer, suggest, enjoy, like, and recommend. Now, we have all of these words, but how are they going to look like in sentences? Let's read the first one. I enjoy listening to stories. Here we have the word enjoy. Is it one of these words? Yes, we have the word enjoy right here. I enjoy listening. Here as if it's an object, right? I enjoy listening. It's listen plus ing. I enjoy listening to stories. Now, the next one here we have, I prefer going to the beach. I prefer. Prefer, it's right here. It's one of these verbs. I prefer going. So going, it is go plus ing. So what do you prefer? Going to the beach. Here, see, this is the object. What do you prefer? Does it answer the question of what? Yes. What do you prefer? Going to the beach. Now, let's check here. We changed the subject. Instead of I, how about this subject, they? They love playing hockey. Hockey is a pastime activity we learned here in this unit. They love playing hockey. So, love, it's one of these words right here. So, it's a verb. Here we have the word playing. It is a verb, play plus ing, as if it's an object. Let's put it in a question. What do they love? They love playing hockey. Now, let's check the next one. Here we have the doctor. The doctor. The doctor recommends eating healthy food. Actually, we missed here an S. So the doctor recommends, because the doctor is a he, right? So actually it's recommends. Recommends eating healthy food. What does he recommend? What does he recommend? Eating healthy food. See, we answered the question. So here the gerund answered the question of what? And we use the gerunds here after these verbs. Now, let's check these infinitives. So, infinitives, we said we have to use the word to with it. To play, to write, to read. Now, let's read. An infinitive is to plus the base form of the verb. Like gerunds, infinitives act like nouns and answer the question of what? Just like the gerunds. It is a gerund. The verbs like, love, hate, and prefer can go with either a gerund or an infinitive. So a verb plus ing or the infinitive, to something or to the base form of the verb. Like what? Let's check this example here. I like to watch TV. I like to watch. Here we have the word like. It's one of these words, right? So the infinitive is what? To and the base verb. To watch. Did we add ing? No. Because we have the word to, we have to before the verb, we are not going to add ing to this verb. I like to watch TV, but I prefer to play games online. Here we have the word prefer. So after prefer, we can use a gerund or the infinitive or ing. So I prefer playing games or I prefer to play games. Now, let's check here. We use infinitives after certain verbs and phrases. Like what? Hate, like, prefer, would like. Two words here. Would like, hope, love, want, and would love. Would like and would love come together. Comes together. So let's check out these examples here. I hate to see food on the floor. I hate to see food on the floor. Now let's check here. We have the word hate. It's one of these words, right? Here we have to see. Did we add ing to the verb? No, because we have the word to. I hate to see. Now, how about the next one here? I would love to visit my friend Noura. Here we have would love. It's one of these words, right? And we have to visit. I would love to visit. The word to and plus the base form of the verb, which is visit. We are not going to add ing to the word visit. I would love to visit my friend Noura. Now, let's try to apply what we learned here in this text, okay? So, we are going to write the gerund or infinitive of the verb from the words here in the parentheses, okay? So, I will give you an example here, then I want you to think about it to answer. So here, let's read. My favorite pastime is football. I spend a lot of time. We have the word practice. What are we going to do here? I spend a lot of time practicing. Practicing. We have the word practice plus ing. Practicing. Because we are going to use the words here between the parentheses, okay? Now let's complete. I spent a lot of time practicing because I'd like, we have here the word be. What are we going to use? Because I'd like to be. It's infinitive, right? We have to plus the base form of the verb. Now, next, I'd like to be a professional football player one day. My team trains twice a week, and our coach also recommends we are going to use what? Work out. This is a tricky one. Why? Because we don't have only one word. What are we going to do with this one? Work out. It's two part, work and out. Where are we going to add the to or ing? You are going to add it to the verb part. Work out. We have words like these, like work out, wake up, go, sit down. It's two words, but have only one meaning, right? Working out. We are going to add the ing to the first word, which is the word work. So, my team trains twice a week, and our coach also recommends working out at the gym twice a week. Now that we're done with this part of this text, let's go to the next part. We usually play matches on the weekdays, on the weekends. My teammates and I love what? We have the word win. So what are we going to do? Are we going to write winning or I love to win? Both of them are correct. You can write winning or you can write to win. Here it's a gerund and here it's an infinitive. But we can't stand what? They can't stand it. They don't like what? We have the word lose. So what are we going to write? So think about it. You can choose one. We can't stand losing. We can't stand losing. Do you remember in the previous slide, we had the word can't stand. So it's with the gerunds. Verb plus ing. We hope something here. What are we going to use? We're going to use the word win. So we hope what? We hope to win the cup this year. We hope to win. So something's going to, they are hoping that this will happen in the future. They hope to win the cup this year. Now, let's check this one. In my free time, I enjoy, we have the word hang out. Hang out, it's two parts, hang and out. Where are we going to add the ing? Hanging out. So we are going to add it to the first part, hanging out. I enjoy hanging out with my friends. On Saturdays, we like ride our bikes in the park. So what are we going to do with this word? What are we adding here? You can write riding or to ride. On Saturdays, we like to ride. It is correct. Or on Saturdays, we like riding our bikes in the park. It's also correct. Now the next one, when it's raining, we prefer, we're going to use the word go. So what are we going to write here? We prefer going or we prefer to go to the mall. So both of these answers are correct. We like look in the stores and sometimes we want, we have the word buy. So let's check the first one. We like, we have the word look. So what are we going to write? We like looking, the look plus ing, or to look. Looking or to look, both of them are correct. We like looking in the stores and sometimes we want buy. So we will use the word buy. So what are we going to write here? We want to buy. We want to buy things like magazines or clothes. When we don't feel like, we have the word shop, we eat lunch in the food court. When we don't feel like what? Do you remember the word like here in the previous slide? What was it for? Shopping. Shop plus ing, the gerunds. So, when we don't feel like shopping, we eat lunch in the food court. Now, for the next one, what are you going to do? You will write about your likes and dislikes. Use gerunds and infinitives. Okay, so in this part, actually you're going to write the things you like or dislike. So I'm going to write some answers here, but you can write different things. It's about you. You can write whatever you like. So let's check here. I want you to complete the sentence with things you like or dislike. as it's showing here. So you're going to complete the sentence, but check the first part. I like something here. I like what? So what can we use? Let's check the thing I wrote here. I like playing video games. I like playing video games. We have the word play plus ing. This is the what? The gerund, right? I use the gerund here. I like playing video games. Now, how about the next one? I would love to what? So this is a contraction. It's actually I would love. But we can write I'd love. I'd love what? I'd love to travel around the world. So here we have to travel. Did we add ing to the word travel? No, because this is infinitive. It's not a gerund. So I'd love to travel around the world. You can change it and you can write something, something you like or something you would love to do. Now, the third one here, I enjoy. What do you enjoy? What are you going to write in this sentence? I enjoy making model planes. Do you remember the beginning of the lesson, this unit? We talked about air modeling. So it's an unusual hobby. Some people would like to make their air models, right? So I enjoy making model planes. Here we have the word make plus ing, making model planes. Now, how about this one? We have prefer, dislike, and can't stand. Each one of these words have a different meaning. So, what is your like or dislike? I prefer, so something you like, right? I prefer what? I prefer to send text messages. I prefer to send text messages. I don't like emails. So I prefer to send text messages. You can write different thing, something you prefer. Now, how about number 5? I dislike. I don't like. I dislike what? I dislike watching TV. So I dislike watching TV. We have the word watch, the verb plus ing, and this is a what? A gerund. I dislike watching TV. Now, how about this one, the last one? I can't stand. I can't stand. Something I don't like at all. What could it be? So each one of us can have a different answer. Write something that you can't stand. So this is just an example. I can't stand cooking. We have the word cook plus ing. It's a gerund. Now, what did we do in this lesson? So we use gerunds and infinitives as nouns. Just like what? So we had verbs before the gerund or these infinitives like, prefer, spend, would like. All of these words can help us we can see it before adding the gerund or the infinitives. Like what? Like just like these examples. I prefer to spend. It's to spend, it's infinitive. How about I dislike watching? We have ing here with the word watch, right? Now, this is what we did. Now, what I want you to do for your homework is these two sentences. You're going to do the same thing, but with I spend my free time. You spend your free time what? What are you going to write here? You can use a gerund or infinitive. I recommend. I recommend. What do you recommend? So actually here, I recommend. Do we have S? With these I spend, I recommend? No. Why? It's a simple present. So something that you recommend and something you spend your free time doing. So we are going to check the answers. I'm going to show you some examples in the next lesson. And thank you, my dear friends, for attending this lesson. I will see you in the next lesson, and we're going to see examples for this homework.